So these are the panels. These are the panels. Each panel is 440 watts. Um, and we have ten pieces of them. 10. You have 10 pieces. Uh, Normally, a type of roofing like this is it's quite uh, quite safe and then a little bit secure. Not a little bit. It's quite secure for solar engineers whenever they are installing solar panels. So you can see all the edges of the building has been shielded, and so it's quite safe for the installers whenever they are on the roof working. And you can see the roof is not that sharp. It's steady, not that steady. Also, it has a little slope on it. Okay, so always try to provide earthing, ground your solar panels, especially when they are high frequency. High frequency when you are using it for a high frequency inverter, or your system is a high frequency system, you need to ground all the solar panels. You need to ground it. You need to ground it. It is very, 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 very important. You need to ground it because trust me, the output of all the solar panels at a maximum power point MPPT, you will have about 440 volts. Okay, this one is close to 430 volts. So assuming you get in contact with this 430 volts, it will be a different thing altogether on the roof, all alone by yourself. So make sure you ground it. At least you'll be on the safer side. Not 100%, but you'll be on the safer side. Okay, so these are the panels. From there, this way, and try to use the right cable too. Try to use the right cable too. Use the Autoflex, the flexible cable. Autoflex, we have good ones there. We have the American Standard cable. You can contact me whenever you need some American Standard cable for designing solar panel, solar system, and it's a shielded cable. It can be you can leave it to any harsh weather condition for several years and it will not do anything. It's a shielded cable. It is a shielded cable. It's a shielded cable. It's a two in one. Two by we have 2 by 4 mm, 2 by 6 mm, 2 by 10 mm. Americans they use the gauge, the AWG. We have the 8 gauge, 6 gauge, and then the 10 gauge. You see, so you can contact me whenever you need that type of cable. And you can even use the shield for earthing for the earth, so you don't need to buy extra cable. So you can have 3 in 1. You can have 3 in 1. You can use the shield as the earthing. It is sometimes advisable to do that. Okay, so these are some of the cables, and so from here we have 3 lines coming. One is for the one line is for the solar array. This is it. This for the solar. One line is for the output. That's the 10 mm. Another one coming in as the charger is 6 mm. This same charger will be bypassed back to the loads whenever there is in the evening there is no sun and battery runs down. This one is going to do the work. This cable is going to do the work. It's going to charge the batteries and also bypass it to the loads as well. So I'll teach you how to size your cables very well. It is very, very, very important when you're designing cables, solar system. You don't just use any cables for that. So this one is for the solar. It's for the solar. The one in the white pipe is for the solar panel, the solar array. This one is the charger coming to charge the batteries. And then this one is for the output of the solar going back to the loads for consumption. Okay, so I'm yet to do the finishing over here. I'll provide some trunking to secure all these cables over here. So as you can see, I have more excess cables left, so I can do, I can work with it later. So these are the three lines of the cable coming in. Okay, let me go inside and show you. The sun is actually very high today, even though it's cloudy. Okay, so we are back in. We are back in. So just like I said we have three lines of cable uh, coming in here. Okay, now the three lines. One is for the solar array that we have on top of the roof, and that one is for this breaker. Please ignore these breakers. These are not my favorite breakers that I normally use. Okay, this is not the breakers I normally use. Okay, this system was designed for one client, and he said he's traveling, so he's not going to need the system for now. And since he's traveling, no one will be in his residence. So the batteries, his concern is the batteries. Maybe when he comes back, the batteries will be dead, gone, blah blah blah. So we need to, find someone to purchase them or resell it to, and a different person. So I have a client, a good friend of mine, and I convinced him, and he bought it. So he bought it. So normally this one, the client chooses these breakers because of his budget. So he chose this system. So ignore these breakers. So this one is for the solar PV array on top. But before like I said, the PV array comes in here first. These DC breakers comes in here from down, exits from top before it gets here. Now at the base, the SPD here is attached to the input of this output, which is the solar panel. Before it gets here, and then it gets into the inverter here. Okay. Now this one is the charger, the one I told you. This is for the charger. Now it comes in from the main grid, the national grid. It comes from the national grid in here. Now it comes in here also. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one here. You have it here. So the size of the cable is 6 mm. You understand? Okay, so this one is to charge the batteries whenever there is in the evening, whenever it's in the evening and there is no sunshine. That means you're only going to feed on the batteries. Now at the point when the batteries are going low, the system will go and check whether this one is active, there's power here, and then it draws it in to charge the batteries and at the same time power your house. But I like this system, this inverter, so much that there is a function in there. You can set which one to use first, which one to use second, and which one to use last. It's a three function system. Now during the day we are using the solar panel directly. As we are using the solar panel, it is also charging the battery at the same time. So this currently, like I told you, there is light out from the national grid, is not working. Else you realize that even though this one is active, it is not coming in here because we have put in that one, the national grid, on standby. Now the national grid is working as a generator. It only comes in whenever the solar system, is not available. It's not available meaning the solar panel, it's in the evening, it's in the night, and no sun, no sun rays from the from the sun, and also the batteries are going low. And now in the middle of the night, that is where this one, the national grid, comes in to support the system. It's just an option. It's just an option, and this will save your it save you some cost. It save you money from your electricity bills and stuff. You understand, and also you'll be able to budget well for your future. So that is it. And this is the output. This is the output of the whole system, which is the solar system. And that one is carrying a 10 mm size cable, 10 mm size cable. Okay, so this is it. These are the breakers. Normally, when you are designing the battery bank, if you are using a breaker like this, small size breaker like this, I will advise you to only secure the positive line through the breaker. Don't, if the breaker is, the size of the breaker is small like this, don't try to join both the negative and then the positive in. Even though it's a two pole breaker, I know it can take a positive and then a negative. Don't use the negative here. Bypass the negative straight into the system. Just bypass the negative straight into the system. And then secure the positive only in the breaker. Support the positive cable only in the breaker. So in this case, it's going to serve as a, a circuit breaker, not going to serve well as a circuit breaker, like it's just going to work as an isolator for you. Provided your system is well installed, it's going to work as an isolator for you. Uh-huh. At a point in time, it will also work as a breaker. And you know when it's going to work as a breaker. When something goes wrong here, this thing will go off. It will trip, it will go off. Okay, even though it's a two pole, we are using one line, it will still go off. It will still go off. Okay, so this is it. This inverter can be paralleled to 12 units. 12 units, which is 60 kilowatts or 60 kVA. I'll make a special video on this inverter, how to use it efficiently. How to use it efficiently. Now this is about 1.5 years old sister inverter, and it's working quite okay. Since yesterday, there's light out, and everything is okay. All right. Like and subscribe to my channel for more video. If you have any question, you want to design a system from 1 kVA to 100 kVA whatsoever, you can contact me. Okay, I'm always available to support you. All right, thank you.